What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video on my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over some basketball games for Wednesday, March 23rd, 2022. I'm going to show you some highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick, and I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks today. Let's go ahead and get into the games that we're going to be looking at by request. We're going to be starting off with the Knicks and the Hornets, and then we're going to go over to the Jazz and the Celtics, and then we're going to do the Nets and the Grizzlies, Suns and the Timberwolves, Magic and the Thunder to end it off. So we have those 5 games I'm going to look at on this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the road team up top, their coach's record, their season record, their road record, any other notes I want to add. In the middle is the head-to-head between the two teams all time, regular season, and for this season in particular. Then at the bottom is the home team, their season record, their home record, any other notes I want to add, and their coach's record. As you can see, I have anything right here. I literally just got to put these games together. I was having some internet issues last night. My internet went out around midnight last night, and woke up this morning, still wasn't working. My mom lives in town here, so I texted her. I said, "Hey, you're in working?" She said no. She sent me some text messages of the updates from the company, and it finally kicked back on here 15 p.m. 56 p.m. and I'm recording this video. So 1:15 on these games together, threw the numbers together as fast as I could. Got on here, prep this, and hit the record button. So this video, I'm gonna be looking at these numbers for the very first time in the video. So have some patience. Let me turn off the back and press. Come on. I think this is not working because the internet's still. Shift 7. There we go. Okay, yeah. So if this video is a little choppy as well, the internet is still kind of choppy from where I'm at. So just bear with me. Have some patience a little bit. Let's turn off our background light. All right, we'll start off with the Hornets versus Knicks. Said this is basically. Come on, put these. So Knicks versus the Hornets. So we're gonna start with the Hornets as always, and then we're gonna go over the Knicks. But let's start with the Hornets. Let's see if we can find some things here for them. Today we got 14, 32, 48, 68 date numerology, 82nd day of the Gregorian, 283 left, which is the 61st prime, 20 a day, 198 day, even 186 left, 20th, 375, leaving 9 left. Okay, so Hornets and the Knicks. So Hornets can get their 38th win, or they can get their 36th loss. It's their 37th home game. They can get their 20th win. They can get their 6th win in a row, potentially. Hornets, this is the 3rd of 4 game. Hornets have beat the Knicks 2 times. They're going for a 3rd. If Knicks have anything to say about it, they can hit that 21-21. All right, so let's start with the Hornets here. 38. If we read off the number 38, 38 sounds to 68. And today does have a 68 numerology on the Gregorian. It could be a reason for the Hornets to pick up the 38th win for the season. Today is the 20th day of the 7th month for the Hebrew Civil. They could become 2017 at home. I don't know. It's kind of close, but not really. I mean, that might be a stretch. We could just say it's the 20th of the calendar, and they can get that 20th. But Hornets looking for their 6th win in a row. To 20. And so happening on they can get their 6th win in a row as they get their 20th home win, 6 sums to 20. That can go with it. This is their 37th home game. They can get their 57th. Actually, they could become 57-68 all time head to head against the Knicks in that 37th. It's the Knicks 37th away game. Okay, so 37. We'll mark this as a light blue. 37. 37. Hornets can get their 57th all-time head-to-head win against the Knicks as they sit on 68 losses on a day with 68 numerology. 38 comes to 68, but 37 comes to 57. And so that's why I was marking that. Hornets 37th home game, Knicks 37th away game. Hornets can get that 57th all-time head-to-head win. They become 57-68 as they get their 38th win. 68 date numerology on the Gregorian, 38 sums to 68. You can see how we can start to piece that together. The Knicks, they would sit on 30 wins for the season as Hornets become 3-0 head-to-head against for the season, like 30. That can go with each other. Hornets would get that 20th home win as it's win in a row, 6 sums to 20. We showed you that. But at a quick glance, that would be some reasoning for the Hornets. Hornets can sit on 61 regular season head-to-head losses against the Knicks with the win. Today is a day leaving 283 left in the Gregorian year, which is the 61st prime number. So those would be some numbers in favor for the Hornets. Let's look at some numbers that favor the Knicks now. If Knicks were going to win this game, we talked about the 37. Well, Hornets come into this game with 37 wins. They can simply just sit on 37 wins with a loss. It really doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. 37 mathematically is the 12th prime number. The Knicks could finally get some revenge and become 1-2 head-to-head against the Hornets for the season with the win. 1-2, 1-2, kind of like 12. 37, the 12th prime. Hornets would sit on 37 wins to go with. From the Hornets side, it looks like a 2-1, like a 21. And Knicks could sit on 21 road losses with the win. This is their 73rd game for the season. This is the Hornets' 73rd game for the season. 73, the 21st prime number. Knicks coach can sit on 73 losses regular season as a coach for the Knicks to go with. And that's what it could come down to. 73, 37, 21, 12 connections. 73, 37, they're just reflections of each other. What else? At a quick glance, and this is all it is a quick glance. At a quick glance, that's what I have for right now. If the Hornets do lose and they get that 36 loss for the season, they would also end their 5-game winning streak. And I know 36, if we write it out, 36 sums to 55. And so they can get their 36 loss as they end their 5-game win streak, 36 sums to 55. They would also sit on 55 wins regular season head against the Knicks with the loss. So there's that. But let's move on to the next game. Hopefully that helped. Let's move on to the next game, Jazz versus the Celtics. Jazz versus the Celtics. So this is the first time looking at these numbers for this game. Start with the home team. Celtics, this is their 74th game. Actually, let's just go overview all of it really quick. 73rd game, 74th game, 36th away, 37th home. So this is the second and last head-to-head matchup between these two teams. Celtics are looking for revenge to even the score, or Jazz can close it out with a sweep. The Celtics are on a 4-game winning streak. They're looking for their 5th in a row. Okay, let's see some numbers now. Celtics home team, starting with the home team. Are the Celtics going to get their 46th win or the 29th loss? What would support them getting their 46th win for the season? Let's see here. No, nothing's jumping out at me. Nothing's jumping out. Well, something's going to have to jump out because either one of these two teams are looking for their 46th win for the season. So I guess any 46 connection we could find could go either way. I guess the only thing we could say is the 46 for Jazz. We'll get to that one though. We'll get to them. But Celtics, let's look for Celtics. What's something that can favor the Celtics within the revenge narrative? Revenge narrative is always important. It's always something to consider. Celtics, they could get their 5th win in a row as they get that revenge narrative 1-1. I say because the number 11 mathematically is the 5th prime number. So you could say Celtics will get their 5th win in a row as they become 1-1 head-to-head against the Jazz, like an 11. This is the Celtics' 37th home game for the season. They can sit on 12 home losses, 37 the 12th prime number. It's still not. Coach doesn't have any record. It's the same as the team. So, I mean, there's not a whole lot of numbers here to play with for this game. I'm just going to mark this a dark blue just for a reminder for me later when I'm typing these picks up. But for Jazz, it can go with the 2-0. Jazz sweep 2-0 like 20 as they get their 20th road win. 2016. I think that's the 63rd triangular number. Yeah, 63rd triangular. So Jazz can get their 20th road win as they sweep 2-0. Outside of that, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at this game a little bit harder. There's definitely not any surface layer connections here that I can just jump on and mark. We can say Jazz get their 46 win for the season as they get their 46 all-time head-to-head win against the Celtics. Maybe we can say that. I don't know. This is a tough one, you guys. There's just not a whole lot. I don't see anything really with the 369 or the 2259. That's funny that it either comes down to a sweep or a revenge narrative. It's either the 2-0 and 20 or the 1-1, the 5th prime, and they get their 5th win in a row. Neither one of them really helps. 5 sums to 21, but it's the Celtics' 74th game, not their 73rd. 74 to 127, the 31st prime, 31, the 11th prime. That could go in favor for them. Excuse me. I don't know. I'm gonna have to move on with this one, guys. I don't want to take up too much time. Nets versus the Grizzlies. Nets versus the Grizzlies. When I write up this pick, I'm gonna take a little bit more time to write it up, but with me being the first time looking at these numbers and without making this video an hour long, all I have for right now is these numbers right here. I'll look over them before I type them. I apologize for those that are disappointed in that one. I apologize. Forgive me. Nets versus the Grizzlies. Nets versus the Grizzlies. Okay, so let's start with the Grizzlies, the home team. Both these teams are 73rd game for the season. This is their 35th home game. This is the Nets' 38th away game. This one, definitely check the injury report, see who's playing for the Nets, see who's playing for the Grizzlies. I think that's going to matter. Boo. All right, we're back. We're back. Okay, so starting with the Grizzlies. Sorry about that, guys. Like I said, I'm having internet issues here. Keeps going in and out. It was out last night, all last night. And I'm struggling to get it done here. So, Grizzlies, they can get their 50th win for the season. Today does have 32 date numerology on the Gregorian, 32 sums to 50. It is the 23rd day of the Gregorian calendar. Grizzlies could become 50-23 for a record. They would get their 25th home win for the season to go with. The number 25 sums to 50 as well. So there's some similarities there. 50, 25. Grizzlies would sit on 23 losses for the season, as they sit on 23 all-time head-to-head losses against the Nets with a win to go with. And then Grizzlies can sweep 2-0 like 20 against the Grizzlies, as they get the Grizzlies, or excuse me, Grizzlies can sweep 2-0 head-to-head against the Nets with a win, as Grizzlies get their 28th all-time head-to-head win against the Nets to go with. And the number 20 sums to 107, the 28th prime. It also sums to 28 flat out. So those could be some numbers for the Grizzlies. I'm sorry, I'm just going to rush through this video. The internet's messing with me. I'm not going to take too much more time on this if it's going to just keep bugging. But Grizzlies 50-23, 28-23. They can go 2-0 with the sweep. 20 sums to 28. Get their 25th home win. 25 sums to 50. That's what I would look towards for the Grizzlies. If I was looking at the Nets, to win this game, we can say that Nets, it's their 38th away game. They can get their 23rd road win. 23 written out, sums to 163, the 38th prime number. The Nets can even the score 1-1 head-to-head against the Grizzlies for the season, like an 11. 11 written out, sums to 27 in 2 of the 4 base ciphers. And Nets would sit on 27 all-time head-to-head losses against the Grizzlies, as they become 1-1, like an 11 head-to-head against the Grizzlies, as Grizzlies get their 11th home loss for the season. They would become 24-11 at home, as Nets get that 24th all-time head-to-head win. And Grizzlies coach, he would sit on 121 wins regular season for his career with the loss. 121 mathematically has a square root of an 11. So they get that. So he can sit on that number. Grizzlies get the 11th home. Nets can even the score 1-1 head-to-head. Those are the numbers for those 2 games. Keeping it moving. Suns versus Timberwolves. Again, I apologize for going crazy fast now because my internet's just too choppy, and it's going to get more and more difficult the longer I take. All right, Timberwolves versus the Suns. Suns are on a winning streak, 6 wins in a row they're looking for. Timberwolves, they can get their 32nd loss for the season. Today does have 32 date numerology on the Gregorian, even though I'm supposed to start with the home team. Suns, they can get their 6th win in a row, as they sit on 6 road losses with the win, as they get their as they become 29-6 for a road record. The number 6 written out sums to 29. And so they could become 29-6 as they get their 6th win in a row. They could become 59-14 for a season record, as they sit on 43 losses head-to-head against the Timberwolves. 43, the 14th prime number. 43 sums to 59. And 37th home game for the Timberwolves. Their coach can get his 57th loss. 37 sums to 57. On the flip side, though, if the Timberwolves were going to win this game, they can get their 43rd win, as their coach gets his 59th win regular season. 43 sums to 59, like I just showed you. Timberwolves would sit on 12 home losses with a win, as they become 1-2 head-to-head against the Suns, like 12. 37th home game. 37 is the 12th prime number. Suns can sit on 58 wins for the season, and Timberwolves coaches 115th regular season game for his career. 58 sums to 115. But if I'm going to bring that up, I also have to note that he is currently coming into this game with 58 wins. All right, I'm moving on. Sorry again. I apologize. This video has probably gone to crap real quick. Blame that on my internet connection for cutting out on me and making this more difficult than it really needs to be. All right, Thunder versus the Magic. Starting with the Thunder, if the Thunder was going to win this game, it is their 73rd game for the season, 73 the 21st prime number. They can just go ahead and get their 21st win for the season. Their coach would sit on 102 losses regular season with a win, and 21 sums to 102. What else? They can end their 10-game losing streak by picking up their 10th home win for the season. Magic would sit on 10 road wins with a loss. This is the 66 all-time head-to-head matchup between these two teams. Mathematically, 66 is the 11th triangular number. The Thunder could get some revenge, 1-1 head-to-head against the Magic with a win. However, with that said, 66, either one of these two teams are looking for the 21st win for the season. So any 21 connection we make go either way. But with it being the 66 all-time head-to-head matchup, 66 also sums to 41, I think. 66, yeah, sums to 41. This would go in favor for the Thunder too. 66 sums to 41. They can get their 41st all-time head-to-head win against the Magic in the 66 all-time head-to-head matchup. But at the same time, Magic, they can get their 11th road win in the 66 all-time head-to-head matchup, which is the 11th triangular, as Thunder get their 11th loss in a row. So this 11, I think the number 11 is the key here. It's either going to be a revenge 1-1 or it's going to be a Thunder getting their 11th loss in a row. You solve that puzzle, you probably solve the game. But Magic would get their 11th road win to go with it being the 66 all-time, 41st prime, or excuse me, 11th triangular. 66 sums to 41. But 2153, 1127, 26. Let me turn my background light back on. Oh no, guys, this was kind of a bum video. I rushed it. I tried to get this done. I'm just glad I was able to get the games typed up because I was out of internet all at midnight last night. So, and I kind of stayed up another couple hours to see if it would kick back on. It never kicked back on. Woke up this morning, it wasn't on. Finally came on around 1:15. It's now 2:18. Ooh, one of my favorite numbers, 2:18, 218. It's now 2:18, and I'm making this video. What a sucky video. I apologize. I mean, there is some value here a little bit, but not really. I tried to give you some value. I apologize. Hopefully this helps a little bit, but I'm going to get to typing these up. I'm gonna sit here and go through them, think them over and type them up and get some picks for my Patreon page. And for those of you guys that are not on my Patreon page, I apologize. Hopefully this video helps a little bit, or maybe helps you understand why the video isn't as good. My situation was going on, my home situation, my internet, small town internet situation. But hopefully, regardless of my mistakes, hopefully you win all the money in the world. Hopefully you have a great day of picks. Appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate the support. And I'll see you guys in the next video.